Mike Epps is in the building, everybody.
New York City. New York City.
Yes. Taking us back to, what was it in East Orange that you all used to...
Peppermint Lounge.
There you go. Taking you way back. Bill Bellamy, Talent, everybody back in Jersey. And man, I can't tell you, every time you come in here, I'm asking you the same question. I know that you're going to say, is this a customary question for me?
It's all good.
Because Richard Pryor, when in the heck are we going to see this biopic?
It was a Weinstein Company project, so you might not see that one. You know what I mean?
So it's got to go through the channels all over again somewhere else.
Yeah.
It's
got to go through the channels, but it was a pleasure to even be picked to play him. You know, so the fact that it didn't happen, or if it is gonna happen, or whatever happened, you know, it was just a pleasure that I was picked to play him.
Yeah, but I really wanted to see that because I think you could have really brought something to that character.
Oh, yeah.
It made us all super excited about that.
I got a book right now that I'm looking for a youngster to play in that.
What?
I got a book that I'm up here promoting now called Unsuccessful Thug, and after they read this book, it's going to be a youngster wanting to play me.
Now, who, of the people you know, who would you like to play you if you could put it out there and say, you know, I really like to see such and such play me?
He's in school getting suspended right now. I don't know him.
You ain't even meet him yet.
No, I ain't never met him.
So Unsuccessful Thug. Is that you? Is that your story?
Yeah, I named the book Unsuccessful Thug was because before I got into comedy, I tried to be in the streets, but it didn't work for me. I was unsuccessful at it. So that's why I called the book that.
Like what? What was one of your unsuccessful moments?
I broke in a house one time, and a dog chased me up in this bedroom, and I called the cops on myself.
Did you?
Told them, come get me. I'd rather go to get jailed and get chewed up.
So then how did you move into comedy?
You know, I've always been funny. You know, I've always been funny, and when Def Comedy Jam came on, people was like, oh, you need to go crack some jokes. I said, okay. And I went and did a comedy competition in my hometown, and I won. Mm-hmm. And I left my hometown and moved to Atlanta for a year, left Atlanta, moved up here, stayed here for about 8 years. And I moved from here, went to L.A., auditioned for Ice Cube, and got a movie, and I've been rolling there since.
So what comedian, because everybody has a comedian that reached back and pulled them forward. Who was that for you?
T.K. Kirkland looked out for me in the beginning. That was it. I mean, you know, not a lot of comics really.
Really?
Not really. You know, not like that. You know, comedy is like, people don't understand. It's a very, very individual, selfish game. Really? Because it's not like a singing group. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, you never see a comedy group like a singing group where it's like New Edition, it's like Robbie, Ronnie, something, and Mike, and they all comedians.
But wait, so is that why, okay, now that goes into my next question of why then nobody has come forward and like kind of pulled Tiffany aside? You all were young comedians at one point, and if you see like, okay, maybe, all right, maybe she might be saying too much or doing too much right now because it's kind of early. Let us, you know, say something to kind of tell her to pull back a little bit. Is that why you think maybe some comedians are not saying Tiffany? Because it's an individual.
Well, you have to be careful
thing?
with trying to give somebody who just got a little stardom some advice because they call it hate now. You know what I mean? And you'll
be accused.
It's got to be a real smooth way of you telling somebody something about them, and they working and you not. Now, somebody working and successful can pull somebody to the side and do that, but, you know, you got to have more than them to do it.
But you do know Tiffany, right?
Yeah.
Right. So do you think that what she's doing is cool? Because there's some people who have a problem with it. Some people don't. Some people feel like it's new to her. Well, she's living the moment.
Yeah, the reality of Tiffany is I'm happy for Tiffany because I seen her struggle. I seen her struggle. I seen her riding up in them little raggedy cars at the comedy club and jumping out and really being excited. And I think right now Tiffany is just excited about being famous, about getting opportunities. And one thing about this business, it takes time
to learn.
She's got to get used to having.
Right.
She's got to get used to people loving her and being phony with her and all that. She'll realize it and she'll jump out of it, snap out of it and say, oh, this is just a job.
Yeah.
You know.
I don't know where this was from. You all did the Obamas.
Oh, yeah.
What was that for?
That was, I did a skit long time ago called Mike Epps Funny Business, and we just did a bunch of skits.
That was great chemistry, though. So,
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I think you all should
Tiffany is
look into doing something together.
Really funny.
Yeah. So, so you wouldn't think that would be your lane to pull her aside and give her any advice?
Yeah, I don't think she's doing nothing wrong, honestly. Okay. I think she's just excited about getting on, you know? And when you're excited about getting on, you don't do everything right because you just, it's like, ah! And then, you know, once you get in the groove and realize that it goes from excitement to strategy.
Right.
And the strategy is, how can I stay in the business and make the right decisions?
Right. So what moment was that for you? You know, because you had your fun moment. What was that?
I don't think that I ever crossed over like that. Like, I never been on Saturday Night Live, and I don't think the white audience accepted me like that. I don't think that I really crossed over. I did very well for myself.
Yeah.
But I don't think that I am a crossover type of guy like that, you know. Very militant, very on my own thing, and very, very, very happy in my space.
But that's your
never
stand-up, though.
That's
not your acting. I mean, you seem to be able to do just about anything in movies.
Right.
So,
character driven though.
Yeah.
Character driven. And then you got the difference between an actor that is a crossover actor who do big blockbuster movies and stuff like that. And then there's a difference and then there's someone that is a character actor. Like, if I could say that I wanted to take a path, or if I could say my path was familiar with somebody, it would be a Sam Jackson. I work all the time. I go to work. I do a lot of different roles, but is Sam Jackson a who could I say? Is he a Denzel Washington? Not quite. You know, he's a guy that you see him in a lot of movies. His resume is crazy.
Right.
He don't have an award. He don't have an Oscar.
Right.
But boy, he's made a lot of money in Hollywood, and he's, you know, and they both incredible actors. You know what I mean? But there's just two different lanes in the business, that you either in this lane or you're in that lane.
But whatever lane you're in, you had a moment where you were giddy and you were happy and
no doubt.
You know, you're not aware of what this business really was about until boom, something happened.
I did. And you know what happens? It's called a reality check when something doesn't go well.
Right.
And sometimes it might happen 2 or 3 times in a row. That'll humble you.
Right.
And that'll make you get on your business. That'll make you take the glitter off and all of that and say, okay, now what's going on now?
Exactly.
Because I was just popping.
Right.
You know what I mean? And now everybody looking at me because I failed once or twice.
Right.
That'll make you say, okay, this is a job.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But that's what gives you character, though. If you didn't have that.
That's right.
Right. If you didn't have that moment, then you would be just Mike Epps, who was in All About the Benjamins and Where's Mike?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
if you didn't learn from that experience.
It do build character. That's right.
Yeah.
And I mean, and you know, as an entertainer, you gotta go through that. You're gonna go through that. I can remember, like you said, I can remember getting in the business and being so excited about being in the business. And then I was like, wow, this is a real job. You know what I mean? Like, God, I gotta go to work. Like, this was fun. Right. And then, you know, you don't watch your money. You just spending money and you like, oh, I'm having fun. And then it's like, oh, no, boy, this is real.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. So, now you're in a whole different place. Is there anything that you still would like to do? I know now, see, my heart is broken because I really wanted to see you play Richard Pryor. But what is there that you haven't done? Would you like to play Saturday Night Live? Because we need to put it out in the atmosphere. This is New York.
Oh no, hey, I'm happy. I'm happy, man. I'm excited. I'm happy, and I'm happy in my own skin. I'm happy. I've gotten to the age and gotten to the point where I'm in the business now where I'm just happy to be in the business.
Just happy to still be here.
To still be in the business. I've been in the business over 20 years now, and I be thinking about it. I say, man, whatever I got coming or whatever I get, I'm just happy for that.
Right.
I've seen so much
and
been
done
so many
much.
places,
But
the
nothing,
thrill is gone.
There's nothing like New York.
Nothing
what is
in the world
special about this city when you perform here? Because you've been in quite a few April Fool's comedy jams.
Oh yeah.
And coming here on your own stand up.
Well, this is the stamp. This is the real epitome of an audience.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, after you perform in front of people in New York, you kind of evaluate what you're doing.
Right.
Especially when you live in L.A.
Right, and you come here.
And you come here, it's like, oh, God.
Right.
They just showed me what I've been doing wrong out here. You know what I mean?
Do you remember
Joke for
a
joke.
moment where you came here and that happened to you? Like you might have been on stage, because a lot of comedians have times where they came to New York, whether it was Caroline's or another comedy club, and then just totally bombed. They thought they was
You ain't lying about that. That's right. That's
and then
real.
all of a sudden, boom.
Well, I ain't never had that problem because
You sure, Mike?
Have you heard of me
No.
having a bombing problem out here? I'm gonna be honest with you. I live, I live in reality.
Right.
My life ain't a reality show. I live in reality.
Right. So everything you bring.
That's right. And I think I live in reality is because of situations like the Richard Pryor movie.
Yeah.
It didn't happen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And it was a lot of hype around it.
Yes.
And it didn't happen. And now I had to walk around, come to the radio stations, walk around everywhere, and that's all people ask me.
Yeah.
What happened to the Richard Pryor?
I know. Well,
and I'm like,
because
hey,
everybody wanted it to happen, but it's not anything having to do with you now
no,
that it didn't happen.
No, but I still had to answer the question.
I know.
And it's all good.
Right.
Because I got an answer for you.
What?
I'm Mike Epps.
Yes.
That's who I was before they told me I was playing Richard Pryor.
That's
and
right.
that's the path that I'm gonna continue to take.
The Unsuccessful Thug.
You dig?
That's what you is.
And go get that book. That book is powerful.
Where can we get it?
You can go get it at Amazon. You can get it at Barnes & Noble. Hell, they even got them at these little liquor stores around here. I went into one little liquor store and got a pint of E&J, and they had a book sitting next to the liquor. No, I'm just kidding.
But I'm sure if you go on 125th Street, somebody's selling
Yeah,
that book
you know
right
they
on
got
the
it up
street.
in Harlem.
Yeah, that's how we do.
You know what I'm saying?
But you also going to be at the April Fool's Comedy Jam. It's probably sold out by now. So if you don't get to see him this Saturday at the theater at the Garden.
Yeah, we got 2 shows. The first show is sold out. We still got a couple of tickets left
do we?
on the second show.
Okay.
So if y'all like to come out and have a good time, the show is loaded. We got some more on the show. George Wallace, Earthquake. I mean, it's an April Fool's show, man. So it ain't like it's just, hey, it's just a Mike Epps show. It's like you get to come and see a variety.
Bevy, that's right.
Yeah.
Of those that we are very familiar with. Ain't a unfamiliar name in this bunch
it ain't.
at all.
It ain't.
Yeah.
It ain't.
So why don't you give us a call now, 212-545-1075.
Call us.
Give me a call and I'll give you tickets to the April Fool's Comedy Jam to see.
They got to do something for them tickets,
Okay,
sister.
what you want? What you want them to do?
They gotta say a favorite line from my movies or something, man, man.
That's too broad. Bring it in a little bit.
Bring it in. They gotta know They gotta.
You say a line, and they gotta tell me what movie it came from.
Okay.
Go ahead.
It ain't your beauty. Now they got to figure out the other part of it.
Matter of fact, they got to finish the line. It ain't
Everybody
your beauty.
There just said the line.
212-545-1. Yeah, they were getting ready to say it.
They would.
Call us now, and you'll get tickets to see Mike Epps this Saturday at the theater at the Garden. It's always a pleasure, brother, when you step in here.
It's always a pleasure. If you want to catch me at the real Mike Epps on Twitter And Epsy on Instagram. I have a movie coming out called Meet the Blacks with Cat Williams under my production company, Naptown, called Meet the Blacks 2. I also have another movie under my production company because I've been doing my own movies. Like Tyler Perry do their own movies.
Yeah, I'm so glad you said that because you were talking about other movies that you didn't get. Look at what you
got.
Yeah, you got a production company.
Yes, I do. And my production company, I just produced and put together a movie for me and T.I. called The Trap that's also coming out. And these are like Friday genre movies that I started under my own production company. I'm doing my own Friday movies, and I'm executive producing Luke Skywalker's new movie, Nasty as They Want to Be. It's the story about two live crew. So I'm really, really doing my own thing. You know what I mean? I've been working with and for people for a long time, and now it's time for me to do my own thing.
No more Fridays.
I talked to Ice Cube.
Really?
I talked to Ice Cube, a couple days ago, and who knows with that situation, you know what I mean? And if it come together, it'll be beautiful.
Yeah.
If everybody can get together, but until then, I got some good movies coming out. Meet the Blacks, if y'all seen the first one, you might see the second one and really enjoy this one.
Well, look out for that. Just make sure you come back here and remind us that it's out.
I love WBLS. I live in LA, and sometimes when a song go out or one of them smooth songs,
right,
I'll say WBLS. But out there it's 94 The Wave.
Right.
So they be like, no, ain't no WBLS out
here. It don't matter. Everybody always come. I remember Luther came in one time and he just shut everything down. He said, I just need to say this. WBLS.
He said that?
Yeah. He was like, everybody wants to say that. I mean, that's the Frankie Crocker drop that everybody,
This is a great station. They always have great DJs, disc jocks like yourself. You got the great voice.
We've been here forever.
You aging backwards, girl. How your face get so skin looking all smooth like that?
We gonna keep you here for
a
minute.
You peanut butter. You hear me?
Keep talking. Go ahead. You finished? Keep going. Mike Epps, y'all. Give it up. Love this brother.